How are you printing forms today? Pre-printed forms on obsolete impact printers? Are you using form software that was written 20 years ago? Maybe you're using do-it-yourself forms that were created by somebody that doesn't even work there and no one knows how to modify today. Well, let me introduce you to FormFlex, an electronic form software written this century for today's business needs. FormFlex is developed by DRV Technologies. It's a native IBM I software solution that lets you replace impact printers and continuous form pre-printed checks and forms that will print to laser printers or can be output to PDF for automated email delivery. If your company is still printing pre-printed forms, you have a great opportunity to improve workflow. The main reasons that people consider moving to electronic documents is to open the door to eliminate paper waste, to streamline resources, and to reduce manual processing by going digital. There's been some studies made that show that the document management of a company can consume up to 17% of an organization's gross revenue when you take into consideration printing costs, storage costs, inventorying, filing, searching for lost files, etc. Automated paperless distribution slashes those costs, streamlines report processing, and it puts information in the hands of the people that need it to make the business decisions that are needed for your company to stay competitive. Here's an example of an electronic form. First of all, here's the spool file that would normally be printed on a pre-printed continuous form. FormFlex electronic forms add the lines, boxes, static text, logo, and it even lets you control the font and point size if you like, as well as remapping data print position. FormFlex modular architecture allows you to customize your configuration, starting with the print engine. If you want to add PDF and distribution, it's just an inexpensive add-on module. FormFlex is straightforward, powerful, native IBM I, I-Series, or AS400 software, designed and priced to be licensed and implemented affordably and to provide a solid return on investment. So what's involved? Well, let's take a look at the steps needed to create and implement an electronic form using FormFlex. First, we create what's called the form header. This is where we're going to specify where the spool file is located, in other words, what outcue it's going to look in, and which spool file to select. Next, we're going to create the form. We're going to add objects to create the graphics. That would be your elements like boxes, lines, logos. And if we create the form around an existing spool data, that's all you have to do. As I create the form, I'm going to want to see my progress. And if you have the PDF Direct, you can view your form designs using the print view. I hit F10, and it brings up a temporary PDF, and I can see my progress. Here I've added a logo, which I'm going to change a little bit later. I'm going to add a couple boxes. I want to move some data around, add some more lines, boxes, a watermark. In this case, I've got a signature. And if I get fancy, I can even add color, logos, signature, everything. All of it's built into the form, and it works perfectly every time. So all of this prints at the same time to your laser printer or out to PDF. Now, if you want to move the spool data or change the font, it's easy to identify which fields are which using DRV's visual mapping. Using the F7 key, I go to the beginning of the field I want to mark and hit F7, go to the end of the field I want to mark, hit F8, and voila, right there on the screen, I've now mapped a block of data that I'm going to call vendor. Now I can use spool data commands to relocate it, change the font, delete it, and more. All of this is done without any programming to your host application. Now once the form's created, it's time to automate the merge. With the built-in job scheduler, it's a breeze with menu-driven screens. Now if you're a programmer and you prefer to use your own custom CL programs, you can also add our APIs to your CL programs. In this case, the merge is called FFAEDoc, and it's being told to merge the sample PO. That's all you have to do, and that's going to set up to automate the print. And FormFlex works with a wide range of laser printers. This is just a partial listing. If you want to know if your specific laser printer is compatible, contact us. We'll share an IBM link that will specify which ones are compatible, and we'll help you find out. FormFlex can replace just about any kind of pre-printed document with crisp, clean, laser-printed forms or PDFs. Here's an invoice with duplexed terms and conditions on the back. Here's a simple purchase order that conditionally signs the document depending on the amount. Here's a couple tax documents, one from the county that sent them and one for the employer. Here's a shop order. Here's a multi-part pick ticket with a customer copy and a file copy. We can also print checks with the add-on secure checks, AP checks, payroll checks. You can even replace direct deposit advice slips with emailed PDFs. We discuss checks in greater detail in another presentation about secure checks. Here's a VIX bill of lading, which, as you can see up here, even includes barcodes. Yes, we can provide several different types of barcodes, just depends on what you need, code 39, code 128, etc. We can even produce complex, multi-part forms electronically. You like color? We got color. If you want to print black and white or color, just whatever your preference and what kind of printer you have. We can even pull different colored paper from a different drawer in the printer if you want to have multi-part forms printed on different colored papers. Because FormFlex can print and support electronic delivery, you can run a single print run that will email those documents that are supposed to go by email, and FormFlex will manage that as well as print those that are going to be emailed in the same single process. All of this is done without any programming required. Our software works seamlessly in the background, so your users won't even know it's there. These are just some of the host applications that we've worked with. If your software runs on the 400 and you're running V5R1 or later, we can work with your application. DRV is very hands-on. We'll be there all the way through the process of setting up your software with online internet and telephone assistance. We can get you up and running very quickly. If you have any questions, just pick up the phone and give DRV a call, and our experts will be happy to help. In addition to live technical support, we also have online help in the software as well as in our online library. DRV has been in business since 2002. Over the years, we've implemented over 1,600 implementations. Our customers range from small family-owned businesses to Fortune 100 international corporations. So whether your business is finance, manufacturing, distribution, or even a government agency, FormFlex will help you streamline your document management and help you save a small fortune. If you think you might be ready to take a closer look at implementing electronic forms, just contact us. We'll be happy to provide you with an online demonstration and answer your specific questions and show you how to do specifically what you're looking to do. If you are ready to take the next step, we'll even provide you with free software to download and activate, and you can print it on your system, on your printers, for a proof of concept. All you need is a printer that you can see from your IBM i. When you're ready to pull the trigger, we'll work with you to design your forms, and we'll help get you implemented very quickly. Okay, at this point, everyone is going to ask, well, how much is it? Which is an obvious question. The answer is going to depend on whether you want to design your own forms, do it yourself, or use our turnkey services. It'll also depend on which modules you need to do what you're looking to do. We can determine that pretty quickly with an online demonstration and a quick conversation to understand better what you want to do, and we'll help configure a custom configuration just for you. Now the pricing starts at just $3,995 for the print engine, and with that you can design and print forms. If you want to have us design forms, or if you want PDF output and emailing, those are going to be additional modules. They're very reasonable, but contact us. We'll be happy to work with you with our free consulting. If you have any questions, or you'd like a closer look, or just some more information, you can contact us at the number shown here. We provide free consultation, and we'll be happy to discuss your situation and suggest recommendations that can cut costs, improve security, and streamline your document management processing. Thanks for your time.